Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the all-seeing orb. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this Justin News Comedy Club show's 1-year anniversary show. I have a very special intro for you. Vinny, could you hit the button over there for me, please? No, not the trapdoor button. No, the bad button, bad button. The one marked music. Yes, music button. Oh, good. Thank you. Sorry, eyeball. Remember your lines. Remember your lines. Oh, I'm on camera. Ha. Isn't it rich? Aren't you amused? Me here at last on the stage, and you in your chairs. Send in the comedians. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps laughing around, one who tells jokes. Where are the comedians? Send in the comedians. Just when I stop slinging jokes, finally knowing the laughs that I wanted was yours. Making my entrance again with my crazy flair. Sure of my punchlines, some will land there. Don't you love a joke? Our tags you'll hear. I thought that you would want to chuckle into cheer. But where are the comedians? Send in the comedians. Don't worry, they're here. All right, guys, thank you for not throwing tomatoes at me while I was singing. We have a great show for you tonight, including these comedians. We have Nick Carter, Liz Frisius, Nicki Fuchs, Sandry Bernstein, Luke Lynndale, and our headliner tonight, Chipp Jones. It's going to be an awesome show tonight. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to go back over there and drink some vodka to clear my throat. Thank you for listening to me sing. And this has been the All-Seeing Orb. Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Thank you, All-Seeing Orb, for singing. Make sure this doesn't replay again, because do you really want to hear the orb sing again? Oh, you do? Okay, hold on. Right now. Oh, thank you so much for being on this 1-year anniversary show of this Justin News Comedy Club. And we have a jam-packed show for you tonight. We have amazing comics, as you see in the list tonight. And what a whirlwind weeks it's been. It's been a little bit since middle of July since I did a show. But I did do a live show out in Omaha, Nebraska, with Anneliese Wright, who's the co-producer here. And it was a blast host out there. That was a great time. And it had a little incident in the family, had someone pass, unfortunately. And I was in Omaha, but I had to fly Southwest Airlines. How many people fly Southwest Airlines here? You guys, to the show of hands. Oh, a few people. Okay, don't take the late flights. Don't take the late flights. Because I ended up in Hobby, at the airport called Hobby in Houston. And I realized I was in trouble because the planes were 1/24th scale. And my pilot was Timmy. He said, "I can fly a plane, watch." scared me half to death. So I had to actually get a drink. I drank the drink, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a lot of heavy breathing going on right now." I know I'm hot, folks, but there's a lot of heavy breathing going on here. But it was so much fun. I had a 5 hour delay there, and I got on the plane. They said, hurry up, you're holding back the plane. And I said, what? How are we holding back up the plane? And then the pilot said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off shortly, just as we top off the plane. That's great, but not even a split second later, the lady next to me said, well, I hope they don't overfill the plane. Overfill the plane? I didn't see jerry cans on the tail fin, folks. There's no jerry cans on the tail fin. But can you imagine what happens? Oh, you, sir, you get to hold the emergency doors. You get to open those. And you, sir, get to fill the plane in midair. Oh, I can see that. The guy who loves NASCAR is going to go, this has been my dream. Let me at it. Oh, so it's been so much fun. And then I got to go to DC, meet some of my friends out there. That was a blast, having a meal. And we had so much fun, people were just falling down during dinner. That's why I fell down, because we were on the curb. I mean, that's the best we could afford. We could only eat on the curb. And but otherwise, Chipp's wife is fine. Her name is Sue, and she plans on doing that.
She's in the room.
Hi, Sue. Oh, but it's a great show for you tonight. And I want to get started with our first comedian tonight. Please welcome to the stage a guy who's been on this show, who's from New York City right now. Please welcome Nick Carter, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi, guys. Hi. So good to see some familiar faces, some new people. I'm so sorry if you were like expecting the real Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. I'm so sorry. I feel like some of you are like disappointed. I feel like you're thinking that's not Nick Carter, that's awkward Bobby Flay. I don't know what that there's some recent news. I recently started working with a life coach. Which was good, and I liked it until I realized, like, this is stupid. What am I doing? This is crazy. I don't need a life coach. Okay, I'm a comedian. I need a coaching staff. Like, this is ridiculous. I need a whole team to get my life on track, to be honest with you. I mean, like, okay, listen, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a comedian. That is the triple threat of poverty. Okay. And let's take example, like my life goal. Okay, like some people have big life goals, right? They want to start a family. They want to start a business. I just want to make enough money so that when I lose my debit card, I actually care. That's all I want. Like, I don't want fame. Okay. Sorry. I don't want fortune. I just want my credit limit to be higher than my weight. That's all I want. Or I should you're right. I should lower my expectations. I should just, maybe it would be great if it could just be higher than my IQ. I don't know. I mean, like, my entire life of like 32 years now is just like dumb career decisions, like actor, improv, stand-up. I either have a really big passion for the arts or a really big passion for celibacy. Or like, hell yeah, community theater, or like, hell yeah, Chastity Bell. Like, stand-up, like, we're all stand-ups, or most of us are stand-ups here. Stand-up just makes you a bad person. That's all it does. Like, before I started doing stand-up, I just wanted to do nice things, and now I just want to start a podcast. That's all I care about. I've been starting. Oh, I forgot to time myself. Dang it. I've been doing so much stand-up recently. I'm starting to do stand-up in everyday life, I've noticed, which is not a good look. I was on a virtual first date with this girl last week, and I'm asking her all the normal questions, like, what's your name, where are you from, what do you do? She's like, wow, you really like me. I'm like, honestly, I'm practicing crowd work. I'm so sorry. It's not a date. It's a very expensive open mic. That's what this is, And yeah, I don't know. I'm an only child, which isn't like, I don't know. only child gets a bad rap. Like people say that, you know, being an only child means you're like really self-absorbed, which I don't agree with. But hey, at least they're talking about me. You know, that's all I care about. Nice. But I did the whole pandemic with my folks in Boston, which wasn't like great because my dad, I've realized, is old and from Boston, and he's just way too honest with me. He walked up to me 3 days ago. He's like, Nick, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, Dad, I know. I was an accident. And he goes, what are you talking about? You were not an accident. Don't you ever talk about yourself that way. Don't you ever fucking talk about, don't you ever talk about yourself that way. You were not an accident. You were a mistake, okay? Oh, man. Oh, boy. I will get out of here on this. I just don't understand why, like, I don't know. I don't understand why guys are like so freaky. Like the guys that can get attracted to anything at any time. And I don't get it. It's like 2021. Like, get over it. You're not 13 years old anymore. Like, women are normal, right? If a woman sees someone attractive at a funeral, they're like, wow, he's attractive. But like, it's a funeral, not the time or the place. If a guy sees someone attractive at a funeral, they're like, wow, she's attractive. How old was she when she died? That's Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's give it up for Nick Carter, everybody. And Nick, where can we find you on social media?
Nick Carter Comedy on everything. So just
cool. And yeah, this and ladies, if you're trying to date him, just know it's just an open mic. He's just trying out new material. Oh, it is.
Your best bet is to play dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I feel sorry for Nick because he thought about getting a life coach. I did try to get a life coach, but she just wanted to enhance her life with my money. No, thank you so much. You know, oh, that was an awesome set. All right. Next up to the stage is a very funny comedian. I love her to death. She's been on a lot of the shows here, and she's been on Feedback Mike. She is so cool and so awesome. I want you all to please give a big welcome to Liz Frisius, everybody.
Yeah. Keep it going for your host, Aaron.
Oh, all right. Yay.
Okay, Nick, let's have a conversation here for just a moment. You're talking life coach. You said your dad's in, you said that you weren't a mistake. So he's agreeing with Bob Ross. There's no mistakes in life, just happy accidents. Try telling that to your mom. At least he didn't tell you you were about to meet your maker. I mean, after all, 23andMe is causing some problems. Yes, I am Liz Frisius. I'm married to a man. He's 6'5". His name is Richard. So the rumors are true. I do have the biggest dick in the comedy scene. Nick, I'm jealous. You grew up with a hometown. I grew up in the Navy. So it makes me the ultimate anchor baby. What that means, you got a hometown, I got a map, a compass, and a personalized game of Where's Waldo. I went to 6 different schools before I graduated kindergarten. My teachers couldn't figure out why I was reciting the French alphabet with a Texas accent. By kindergarten graduation, I got voted most likely to be the new kid. You all get Sesame Street. I got the Nightmare on Sesame Street. My parents mainstreamed my ass. Didn't matter where I was at. I'd get surrounded on the playground. Doesn't matter what language. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong. You guys get high school reunions. I have to pay $8,000 to get to all the high schools I ever went to.
Oh.
So to make total sense, after 18 years of that, I joined the military. Yes, I am a graduate of the Air Force Academy, and it's a weird place. Not only is it a university and a military installation, it's also a tourist attraction. Yeah, we call it the Blue Zoo for a reason. Every day at lunch, they parade all 4,000 of us in front of the tourists. We didn't realize how serious it was till somebody saw the sign that the generals hung up that says, "Please don't feed the cadets." 4 years of that, you graduate with a degree in how to kill people and break things. Okay, I make a lot of jokes about being in the military, but I loved being military. The worst thing about it is trying to explain to your family, who's civilians, what your job is. So I get home for Thanksgiving. Here's Aunt Vera, 3 sheets to the wind enlisting. Liz, I haven't seen you in so long. Will you keeping yourself? I'm in the Air Force flying tankers. What's that? It means I refuel other aircraft. Oh, so you're a gas station attendant, are you? My Jimmy was just made night manager of Circle K. You should quit being a bum and go into management. You got any kids? No, I've got troops, and they knock up their girlfriends and wreck the cars the same as any teenager. Well, my Jimmy just had his 6th. This guy's a total deadbeat. He's got 5 girlfriends. He doesn't pay child support for any of them. Well, yeah, it's a biblical thing. You figure. The Bible says be fruitful and multiply. It doesn't say anything about paying child support. Jimmy is such a deadbeat, he didn't even take his kid to job day at school. They sent me instead. So Jimmy Jr. goes running in, teacher, my cousin Liz is here. And what does Liz do for a living? She passes gas. Pilot, #1 job among first grade boys. See, the worst thing about it is, like an idiot, I got out of the military last year. And okay, Nick, you're half my age. You're worried about disappointing your parents. I got to disappoint the entire Department of Defense. They sit us down with a career counselor, and the guy looks at me and says, Liz, what are you good at? I said, killing and bombing. He said, stand-up comedy. I said, sign me up. So guys, it has been an absolute delight to be here with you, especially Aaron. Congratulations on your first anniversary of This Just In News. I'm Liz Frisius. That's my time. Keep it going for your host, Aaron.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Liz. And Liz, where can we find you on social media?
I'm at Liz Frisius on Facebook and liz-frisius.com for a website.
Sweet. Go check her out. She's doing live shows out in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and Zoom, a little bit of Zoom shows, but go check her out. She's a very funny comedian. Thank you so much, Liz. Oh, that was awesome. And I forgot to mention that our usual co-host, Vickie Plummer, is currently at a live show. Hopefully she'll be here in the next 6 minutes. I did have a video of her ready to go, but apparently I don't know how to work my computer. 3 screens. How do I know? Where is the any button? I don't know where the any button is. But she says, break a leg, guys. You guys are all awesome. So she'll be here shortly with trivia for the rest of you because she knows everything about you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, so even Sandy, who works in the DMV, lives in the DMV. We'll get to that later. But next up to the stage is a very funny comedian. She's been here a couple times. She won my Friday night game show called Bomb and Run. Whatever the heck happened there. Anyway, it's where 3 comedians do 5 minutes, and my mysterious judge decides who's Joker A, second place, and third place. And Nicki knocked it out of the park that night. So please welcome to stage Nicki Fuchs, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Thanks, Aaron. Give it up for Aaron, everybody. Great show so far. Love it. Yeah, so I'm Nicki. You know what I didn't know? I actually didn't know that when I got this haircut that it was gay. I know it sounds crazy, but I cut like 13 inches of my hair off. And you know how I know it's so gay? Because my neighbor literally thought I was my own partner. That's how gay this is. I was like taking a walk in my neighborhood with my dog, and I met her, and we never talked about me being gay. And then like 2 weeks later, I took the same route past her, and she was just like, "Oh my God, are you Nikki's partner?" And I was just like, "No, bitch, I'm Nikki." Like, it was really weird. And I just like didn't know how to like let her know that I wasn't gay, because, you know, she might know somebody. So I was just like, I just want you to know that this haircut's called the Peter Pan sexual, okay? Yeah. You guys know what that means, right? You know what pansexual means. Okay, good. What it means is basically, you know, I like men, I like women, I like dads, like I like everybody, you know? Wait, actually, let me rephrase that. I really just like dads that don't have full custody of their children. Terrible life I live. I was filling out a mental health survey recently to see a therapist, and I came across this question that was just like, who in your family is mentally ill? And I just did not have the heart to list everybody's name. Like, you know, like that's so rude. Like, let's just talk about it, you know? But I have a really good idea. Therapist Lyft drivers, hear me out. We're already paying you, so why don't you give us some advice, you know? Instead of Lyft, it would just be called Uplift. So I've been seeing this therapist, and we've been going through the list of people in my family who are mentally ill. And I'll start with my dad. My dad is a Vietnam War veteran with PTSD. That's great. Give it up for him. Thank you. Thank you. You know, here's the thing. I grew up in the 80s and 90s when like we didn't know it was PTSD, okay? We were just like, Dad, stop being weird. You know? We were just like, Dad, stop being weird and talking to your dead friend. Stop. You're being weird. You know, we didn't know. And I know that sounds terrible, but it's just like the way that we grew up. We just thought dads were weird, right? Like I thought it was normal when my stepmom was like, hey, baby girl, you might not want to go pee in the middle of the night because your dad might choke you out. Like, I thought that was normal. You know, I just actually chalked it up to my version of the Milton Bradley's board game, Don't Wake Daddy. Have you ever heard of that? Don't Wake Daddy. Well, I was playing Don't Wake Daddy. He was playing Battleship. I know, now I'm just roasting him, but it's he was more afraid of the dark than I was, you know, like that's how. Okay, that's really mean. I'm gonna stop. I know. He's a good guy. It's fine. This therapist in particular is very into meditation. Like whenever you're like struggling or like having a hard moment, she's like, you should just meditate, you know, in the moment. And I was like, I don't know how, like, how do you do that? Right. And she was like, okay, this is how you do it. You just inhale what you need. Right. And then you like exhale what you don't need. I was like, okay, that makes like some sense. Like, I'll try it. So I was like in the McDonald's drive-thru last week, like having a very hard moment because I was emotionally eating. I was like, man, I just want to eat all these double cheeseburgers, you know? So I like grabbed my meal out of the drive-thru and I like went around to park my car to meditate, and I just like sat there and I like inhaled 2 double cheeseburgers. And then I exhaled America's obsession with skinny women. Because like that was it. Like that's all that I needed to let go of, you know? I think that it's really rude that the word men is in the word menstruation. Y'all take credit up for everything, don't you? Even our periods. So rude. Think about it. That word men inserts itself into so many words, doesn't it? It does. It does. women. You guys, men takes it more than the women part in that word. Are you kidding me? Word? Oh my God. I'm about to lose my mind. Management. You guys, that word has man and men in it. How ironic. I was like at a show recently and some old guy was laughing like way too hard at that joke. And I looked at him and I was like, what are you, a manager? Loved it because he was, and he knew what I was talking about. Mental illness.
Oh.
Y'all can keep that one. All right, I think that's my time. Thanks so much.
Hey.
All right, let's give a big round of applause. Nicki Fuchs, everybody. And Nicki, where can we find you on social media?
I'm just at NFEWKS. You can see it right there where my name is on Instagram. And that's where all my stuff is posted.
Sweet. Yes. And, I really appreciate your set. I feel sorry about the being, part of middle management. I don't know what to say about that. But, thank you so much for your set. And she is so cool. Check her out. Are you doing any live shows by chance, Nicki?
I am. Yeah. I'm doing live and virtual. So on my link tree in my bio, that's where you can find it. Cool.
Go check her out. And I want to take up, I have to have a word with one of my employees right now. Orb, come here for a second. What? You said the next comedian's name's so screwed up. I want you to apologize to her right now. No. You could say nice words to her. I'm sorry. Good. Can you say her name right? Sandy. Oh, that's good because you said some other screwed up way of doing it. So you're going to introduce our next comedian up here tonight, okay? What is that? There is a car going by. That's my getaway car. Oh, okay, look, we're going to get started here. Let's please welcome to the stage. Oh, wait, it's not me doing it. Please welcome to the stage a very funny comedian all the way from the DMV, Sandy Bernstein, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you, all things Orb, and thank you, AA Ron. And once again, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary show. I am honored to be a part of it. Thank you so much. So my name is Sandy Bernstein, and I am a sexy senior citizen. Yes, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I should be. I've had 60 years to stretch it out. I'm a member of SAG, and I'm not even an actor. Now, I know you may not have been expecting sexy senior citizen out of a woman who looks like she'd shush you in the library. I'm surprised by what comes out of my mouth. Just wait till you hear what goes into it. So guys, if you were expecting grandchildren and gardening, you may be a little disappointed, but not as disappointed as I was when I bought myself a pair of thong panties.
Whoa.
It was a big mistake, okay? Because my white ass in that thong looked like a head of cauliflower wearing a rubber band. I sold those drawers on sniffer.com. I made $35. Hey man, that money in my wallet a whole lot better than that string did between my cheeks. I turned that floss into a gain. I am divorced. Is anyone else here insanely happy? No, I remarried, but I sometimes wish I'd waited a little longer between marriages because I never got to do that whole Girls Gone Wild thing, you know? I always wanted to ride topless on the beach. That's not true. I'm afraid of horses. But Cabana Boys, that's a horse of a different color.
Oh.
Yeah, I could ride a Cabana Boy into the sunset. I am a happily married woman though. And I actually, with this husband, I made an upgrade. I mean, this one's an older model, but he's low mileage, low maintenance, and burns a lot less gas. Well, speaking of old farts, he is 10 years older, but I don't consider myself a trophy wife. I'm more of a geezer pleaser. But, ironically, dementia runs in my family, so he's probably going to be the one taking care of me in our golden years. I asked him if he'd be willing to change my diaper, and he said, I'll cut you loose in the backyard, and once a week I'll hose you down. We knew, guys, by then I'll be so out of it, I'll just think I'm in a Librarians Gone Wild video. But my husband and I, when we retire, we're going to sell our house and move into a lovely bedroom community. That sounds so much better than nursing home. Guys, I try to keep things lively, I mean, I've started channeling my inner cat, and it's brought a whole new dimension to our marriage. I mean, my husband loves it when I chase the laser pointer. But he's not a huge fan of me swinging off the curtains or peeing on the comforter. It really scares him when I put on a collar and try to scratch his pole. Okay, guys, are you ready to hear about my grandchildren, huh?
Sure.
I don't have any damn grandkids. I don't have any kids. I am a proud member of the Barren Womb Club. I am childless by choice. I am a liberated woman. Okay? I mean, nobody sucks on these titties without buying me dinner. This ain't no milk bar. I haven't been puked or peed on since college. I never had to wipe anyone's butt. I mean, my cat knew how to clean her butt from day one. My friends' kids, they were grown up before they learned how to eat ass. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, my toys are way more fun than Legos and Barbies. I mean, kids' toys are powered by imagination. Did I mention I don't have any kids? I can afford really cool toys that run on gasoline, like my ATV. Let me tell you, I have such a great time when I'm four-wheeling around my property. It vibrates so much. Well, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Probably both. The one thing I did miss out on were stretchy maternity pants. I mean, those would have been ideal for my yo-yo dieting. Back when I was trying to lose the baby weight. Baby Ruths, sugar babies, baby back ribs. Look, we all have to live with our choices. While I was making deposits into my vacation club account, my friends were pouring all their money into college savings funds, and their kids did graduate with useless liberal arts degrees. And they all moved back home. I could still become a mommy. Given my husband's age, I may have to take care of him in his second childhood. I'll just hire my friends' liberal arts graduates to come babysit while I get off the Cabo. And heaven forbid, if he should leave this earth before I do, I'll just saddle up a cabana boy and ride into the sunset. Hey, I'm Sandy Bernstein. I'm going to dismount now. Thank you so much. I've had a blast.
Oh my gosh. Let's give it up for Sandy Bernstein, everybody. Oh, so amazing. And Sandy, where can we find you on social media?
I am on Facebook and Instagram at Sandy Bernstein Comedy. And I have a website that I desperately need to update later, sandybernsteincomedy.com.
And you're doing a lot of live shows. I've watched you on Facebook. You're doing a ton of live shows.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have one tonight. So hopefully it'll be a fun time and not a super spreader event.
Right. Let's
bring in my mask.
Yeah, take your mask. You're out. Yeah, in DC, we went to DC, and as we went there, they said put a mask on. Apparently, they knew I was coming, so they didn't want to see my face around there. They just wanted me to cover up. Thank you so much. And you know what, Sandy? You mentioned the bedroom community. I'm pretty sure you meant the Bunny Ranch. I thought you meant the Bunny Ranch for sure. Oh, so funny, Sandy. Thank you so much for being part of this show.
Thank you.
And the next comedian up this stage is a very funny comedian. He's all the way up in Canada, which is almost like the foreign land, but according to the governments, we should be able to go over soon. Oh, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. I think it's all going to shut down again because you know what? I know what the next variant is after Delta. Florida. Florida. Just mark my words. Or it's DeSantis. DeSantis or Florida? You got to figure that one out. So this comedian's all the way from Toronto, Canada. Please welcome to the stage a very funny man, Luke Lynndale, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Oh man, you know what? I love that the Americans are finally figuring out the pandemic isn't over. It never was like 3 months ago. Let's go to a ball game. It's not over. Anyways, I'm still locked in my house. Anyway, you know what? Like this is the pandemic. This is the thing that, you know, as the pandemic approaches the end, what I find weird is that when people say they're going to miss the pandemic, you're going to miss the pandemic? During the pandemic, I was in a lockdown. I couldn't go to a store. I couldn't go to a restaurant. I couldn't jerk off wherever I wanted in my house. Why else am I getting paying a mortgage? I have all these rooms. Why? I would be in an apartment otherwise. That's the only reason I have a mortgage. I can't do that. I can't do that because my daughter is in virtual school every day. That's why I can't do it. You know what I mean? I want to go back to a simpler time. You know, I'm fed up of I'm fed up of wearing the masks, right? I'm fed up of being in a grocery store and someone coughs and I think it's going to take down civilization as we know it. I'm fed up with that, you know what I mean? I'm fed up of blindly thinking that you know, like drug companies are going to like fast track a medicine and it's not going to turn me into a fucking lizard. I'm fed up with that. I don't want that anymore, okay? You know what I mean? And I'm fed up of questioning myself, okay? I'm fed up of the hand sanitizer. Okay, I'm fed up of washing my hands incessantly. I'm fed up of singing the happy birthday song. I'm done with happy birthday. You know, when the pandemic's over, if I go to your house and you sing happy birthday at your birthday, I'm going to choke you. You know what I mean? Like, the pandemic has turned me into a monster. This is why I want it to be over. How can you miss the pandemic? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what? I get it that some people don't like to be around other people. That makes sense. But guess what? When the pandemic's over, you can just stay home. You can do that. You can just stay home. The rest of us don't have to be scared to die. You know what I mean? You can just stay home. Cool. All right. On to the next thing. Guys, I want to talk about, you know, sometimes, you know, I ask a question, I'm looking for a simple answer, right? Sometimes I ask, how are you? And I actually want to know how you are instead of some general vagueness. Okay. So the answer I don't like is when we ask someone, how are you? And they say, not bad. That doesn't tell me how you are. That tells me how you aren't. I know now how you are not, because you could be good or you could be really awful, because both of those are not bad. You know what I mean? And then the people who are trying to be more specific and they add the word to it, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm not too bad. Great. Also, not helpful. More not helpful. You're more far away from not bad. You know what I mean? I don't know what you are. Or, you know, and what about these people? Like, they'll tell you, like, the guys will give you, like, the days of the week. Well, it's Monday. Good. It's Tuesday. Well, it's Wednesday. Listen, I know the days of the week. I don't need. Well, it's Saturday. Good for you. How are you, though? What does that mean? I don't get get it. You know what I mean? And this one here, when they say this, well, I'm not too shabby. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Like, what does shabby mean? Because no one ever uses that in a positive way, you know? How are you? Well, I'm shabby. I'm having such a shabby day. So shabby today. Lots of shabbiness. So good shabby. No one says that. So when you say not, when you're telling me that the opposite of something I don't know, I still don't know. All right, guys, on to the next thing. I want to talk about this, guys. So this is the thing, okay? The journey into health eating isn't easy. I think we can all agree on that, okay? One of the main issues that arises when you're trying to eat healthy is that you need protein, right? You need protein. So you end up at the protein bars, right? Okay, like, and if you've never had a protein bar, let me try and describe the taste of a protein bar, okay? At best, a protein bar tastes like chalk. But most often, you can expect a protein bar to taste like eating a dried up baby's diaper after a good diarrhea. That's what it tastes like. It's not good. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when you're buying them, it's so misleading. Like, the marketing is complete. It's a lie. Okay. Whomever is responsible for telling you that protein bars taste good, the only reason they do that is because they're being paid to tell you that protein bars taste good. It's the only reason, because no one tastes it, okay? And the thing is that, you know what? The thing is, they're supposed to be a meal replacement, okay? But they know they don't taste good. They're sold like desserts. Like, why am I eating dessert as a meal? It's not a meal. It's a dessert, you know what I mean? Like chocolate salted caramel, maple glazed donut, chocolate chip cookie dough. That sounds amazing. Do they taste like that? No, none of them taste like that. None of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's so misleading, you know? Do you know what it tastes like? It's more like, you know, when after eating a protein bar, I would more prefer to put in my mouth a rotting cucumber instead. Do you know what I mean? You know those soft, really goopy cucumbers? I would prefer to put that in my mouth than a protein bar, because they're disgusting. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, like, you know what? Like, at the end of the day, you know, like, how they describe them is they describe them as delicious. They're as far from delicious as you could possibly get, okay? That's like saying, like, a resort in Cuba that's just been leveled by a hurricane is beautiful. Oh, yeah, this is very beautiful. Yeah. You don't have to worry about making the bed, because the tide will come right onto the bed with you. Don't have to worry about it. It's so beautiful. It's not beautiful at all, and it's not delicious, okay? Robert De Niro was not an Oscar-worthy actor in Father of the Bride Part 3, and neither are protein bars delicious. They're just not, okay? I bought an M&M protein bar, okay, thinking that it might taste good, okay? The only thing chocolate about M&M protein bar is the color. That's it. That's it, okay? No M and no M. It wasn't good at all, okay? And the thing is that the irony of the protein bars is this, is that you land at the protein bars because you're trying to avoid processed food, because processed food is deadly. It's no good for you. But the irony is that the protein bars are fully processed, and it's not even food. It's so far away from food. Doesn't smell like food, doesn't taste like food. Not food. Anyways, okay, on to the next thing. Guys, I want to talk about this, okay? Guys, I want to talk about this. Recently, I attempted to unsubscribe to an email, okay? And it's so frustrating to try, like, to unsubscribe when they won't let you unsubscribe. You know what I mean? It's like dating someone and you've decided that the relationship is over and they don't want to leave. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, could I just come by on Tuesdays? No, get out. We're done here. Like, we're done. Get your bags. We're good. You know what I mean? And the thing is, what I don't want to get with the unsubscribe process is this, is that you click on the unsubscribe button, and then when you arrive, they ask you, the first question they ask you is, would you like to unsubscribe? Yes, that's why I'm here. There's no other reason. I'm at the unsubscribe page. I'm not traveling the internet looking at the beautiful unsubscribe pages. Oh my God, is this a Times New Roman font? Oh, this is a keeper. Oh my God, let me take a screenshot. Is this Arial? Oh my God, the font is 10.5. Oh my God, how beautiful. I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? And then right after they ask you that question, the very next question they ask you is, would you like to resubscribe? No. I'm trying to not subscribe. And the thing is, what I don't like to is, I don't know if you guys have this, is the opt down, okay? The opt down is when they ask you if you want to subscribe to less than you're currently subscribing. You know what I mean? They'll ask you like, oh yeah, we realize you're getting emails weekly. Would you like to receive them only on Tuesdays? No, I'm looking to unsubscribe. I just want out. Just let me out. I have nothing to do with you guys. I'm done here. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, and the worst part about everything is that finally you do the unsubscribe, okay? You're done. Everything is great. Then to confirm to you that they've understood that you want to receive no emails from them, they send you an email. I want to receive nothing from you. Nothing. I don't want to receive anything. So don't send me anything. I want to unsubscribe. Anyways, guys, that's all my time. Aaron, congratulations on a year. Thank you very much. I'm Luke Lynndale.
Oh, let's give it up for Luke Lynndale as he catches his breath. Luke, where can we find you on social media?
I'm at Luke Lynndale on Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. I'm surprised you're not on TikTok because
I'm on TikTok as well, Luke Lynndale.
Oh, okay. So
Check it out.
he's melting the TikTok right there, guys. And you know, I do feel for you, Luke. Thank you so much for being on the show. You know, my ex unsubscribed for me, but then she said she needed to keep me for about 3 more years to make sure she was unsubscribed. That sucked. It really did suck, but I'm still subscribed to child support. That ends pretty soon, I hope. Oh man, this has been a great show. And the next comedian up the stage, I actually got to meet him in DC. He's such a cool guy, and his wife was such a cool person. And I met Sandy there too, and Joan, who's in the audience, and Davita, who's in the audience. You guys were all so much fun. But please welcome to the stage a very funny comedian all the way from Washington, D.C., Chipp Jones, everybody. Woo!
Yay! Yay! I don't know. Is everybody thinking like I am? I wonder what Luke's like when he's upset and not telling jokes. You know? I mean, how does that go? Oh, yeah. So 1 year, Aaron. Aaron, 1 year, you know, and they said it wouldn't last. Well, actually, they didn't say that. I was the one that kept. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. Oh man, this is great. I mean, seeing all these comedians, you know, it does remind me of this thing that you know, they say that comedians are forced to go on stage because of some kind of trauma, you know, in their lives or in their childhood. And I think we've probably confirmed that. That's exactly what it was. For me, I was bullied. I was bullied in grade school. Horrible. And what made it even harder is that I was bullied by a girl, you know?
Oh.
I think the thing that made it even worse than that is that she was my mother. So I mean, it was horrible. Yeah, my mom was one of those people that you know, always wanted to tell other people how to live their lives, but her life was in total chaos, you know. You know those people. I remember once she told me, she goes, "You and your father should open a restaurant. You guys need to open a restaurant. That's how you're going to be successful." I said, "Mom, you know, Dad's a surgeon." She's like, "Well, you know, surgery is elective, you know, and people have to eat." I said, "Mom, you know, Dad's a trauma surgeon, so people aren't electing to have surgery from him. They gotta have the surgery." But she also was one of those you know, greatest generation. She grew up, you know, during World War II, you know, and she knew scarcity, and I think that also drove her, you know, that the stories were that as a baby she used to feed me until I threw up. You know, it was like she was like, we were talking about, you know, the person with the car that just keeps filling the tank till it overflows. I'm going to top this off all the way to the top. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Which also meant that, you know, she was a QVC fan, always on there, always buying stuff. I remember going to her house one time and she had 4 hot dog steamers. And I'm like, "Mom, 4 hot dog steamers? are you having some kind of midnight hot dog parties I don't know about? She's like, stop that, shut up. Because I know you're trying to make a joke, and I bet it's a dirty one, you know. Why don't you write clean jokes so you can be on TV like Bill Cosby? Look how that turned out. Yeah. But yeah, she was one of those people always gathering stuff. And she would call me and say, oh, I need you to come take me to the grocery store. They've got corn on for 6 cents off with a limit of 6 cans. And I'm like, Mom, it's 2 hours there and back. You know, it's, 36 cents. Tell you what, next time I see you, I'll give you $1. I don't need your money. I don't need your money. But when she passed, my wife and I got the job of clearing out her stuff. And man, hoarder, like I said. I mean, we found hundreds of dresses. A lot of them still in the plastic, still had tags on them. And I knew they were old because the tags were like $7. And they had high hemlines and they came with matching go-go boots. I mean, these were old dresses. My wife yelled to me on the other side of the basement. She goes, there's a box of dirt here marked Poppy. And I said, oh, no, those are ashes. That's Poppy was one of my mom's dogs. She goes, there's another one here that's marked Sarah. I said, yeah, that's another one. She goes, there's a large one here that's marked Caroline. What kind of dog was Caroline? And I'm like, Caroline? Wait a minute. Caroline's my grandmother. What's she doing here in the basement? She's supposed to be in a crypt in California. Oh. But it did make me think of ashes. Ashes are a weird thing because I had a friend who passed. He actually was Canadian, like Luke, but he lived here in Washington for like 30 years. And when he was cremated, his family got into an argument. The Canadian side wanted his ashes to come back to Canada, and the American side wanted to stay here. And I started to think, they ought to make, clear see-through urns. That way you can divide the ashes up. Everybody can get a little bit of their loved ones, and you can start layering them, like grandma and grandpa, it's like, turn it into like sand art, you got the whole family layered. You can see the stratification, friends come over and they're like, ooh, what's that dark band there in the middle? Did you guys have a black guy in your family? If you're laughing at that joke, you're racist. Black people burn the same color as everybody else. Come on. But, I don't know. Life is crazy. Speaking of which, did you hear? I'm in Washington, D.C. Did you hear we had a little dust up in January? Down at the Capitol, some people attacked the Capitol. It was in the papers for a while. I don't know. You may not have heard about it. But I had a conservative white friend who was down there that day. He actually didn't attack the Capitol, but he was at the Trump rally beforehand. And I just had to tell him, I said, those Trump rallies are racist. And he said, no, they're not. He goes, I was down there and there were a lot of black people at that rally. And I kind of get what he means, because I know if I went to a Trump rally and I saw 2 black people, I'd be like, man, there are a lot of black people at this Trump rally. It's probably the only time where a black guy and a conservative white guy agreed on what a lot of black people were. It's 2. And when a conservative white person tells you they have a lot of black friends, that's what they mean. They got 2. Too soon. Yeah. But I've been feeling kind of sad because it seemed like last year the BLM movement, we seemed to get some traction. I thought we were moving forward. Corporate America let Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and Mrs. Butterworth off a corporate plantation, which I thought was really cool because they could have started with, I don't know, with child rights and let Wendy and little Debbie off first, or maybe attack gay rights again and finally let the Brawny Man and Mr. Clean declare their love, It's like, I don't know about you, but that one's always been a sad one for me because they're always on the same aisle, but they're never allowed to be side by side, It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. The weird thing though is then I had all these white woke people that were trying to show they were down with the struggle with these obscure black facts, like, hey, did you know Malcolm X was an excellent bowler? It's like, okay. Yeah. Harriet Tubman, she had narcolepsy. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Martin Luther King, he not only had a dream, he also had nightmares. Just get away from me. Get away. But and then white America discovered Juneteenth, the commemoration of the slaves in Texas who didn't find out for 2 years that they were free, and so now Congress actually made it a national holiday. Yeah, I don't know if I'm down with that. You know how America is. I could see turning on the TV next year and hearing, swing low, sweet chariot. You need a new chariot? Come on down to Coons Ford. We'll get you in a Tahoe today. Still waiting on that reparations check? 0% financing. Come on in, Or maybe I'll hear, I'm gonna lay down my burdens on this memories foam mattress. Come on down to Sleepy's for our Juneteenth celebration. Everything 3/5 the price. No. And then the worst thing is once it's a holiday, you know that Hallmark's going to start making cards. I can see my white friends and coworkers sending these crazy cards. Like I get a card that says, "Hey, I'm sorry about slavery." Open it up. It was a cotton picking shame. What? Wait a minute. Walking into my office, a card sitting on my desk that says, "Hey, it's been over 150 years since we had slavery." Open the card up. Isn't that all just watermelon under the bridge? Yeah, it's signed Debbie and the girls in HR. It's like, who do I complain to now? Maybe somebody go high tech, and send me one of those personalized record your own message card. Front of the card says, "Are you still mad about slavery?" Open the card up and it just screams, "Nigga, please! Nigga, please! Nigga, please!" Yeah. Now I'm on TV for stabbing everybody at my job. I don't know. I think it's because I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm at that age now where I'm watching, old TV. I've gotten really hooked on watching old shows, like Westerns and stuff. And I've really become a fan of watching Bonanza again. I don't know if you guys remember that show, Bonanza. It ran for 14 seasons. It's an odd little show. I guess the best way to describe it, when I was younger, my friends and I used to make lyrics up for TV shows that didn't have lyrics. And the ones we made up for Bonanza were these. Why are there no women on Bonanza? Why are there no women on Bonanza? Little Joe, here comes Little Joe. Why are there no women on Bonanza? Because they all die. Yeah. The patriarch of this show has put 3 wives in the grave. And every time a woman comes on this show who could potentially be a love interest or a reoccurring character, she's going to die before the end of the hour. It's like, could you do a show like that in Me Too? I don't think so. I'm also old enough to remember when TV was in black and white. And by that, I mean it was mostly white with a little bit of black, And then we got Technicolor, which I think stood for technically you could have one person of color on your show. Yeah, that's when I became a fan of Star Trek, with the Black Uhura. But basically, she was a secretary in space. Star Trek didn't move us forward until we got to the Next Generation. I love that show because we had Geordie LaForge, who was a blind black engineer, and everyone thought he was a genius, and he didn't play piano or sing at all. Now we're moving forward. But I have to say, I've been sad about what's been going on with the pandemic, and I've been working on me being a better person. And I realize that I have issues like most comedians. In fact, I got terrible road rage, which I discovered. Bird pooped on my windshield and I followed him back to his nest and peed in it. Not a good look. Not a good look. But I think that's my time. I thank you guys for listening, and I'm going to hand it back over to our host.
Woo! All right, let's give it up for Chipp Jones, everybody. And Chipp, he's got all his social media up there. I can't even ask him about it no more. He's got Chipp Jones on Snapchat, Chipp J on Twitter and Facebook. He's got his Venmo up there. He's got his last 4 digits for his Venmo. I don't understand what's going on. Is that your phone number? We got to know.
Yeah, you know, if you do your Venmo, they ask you if you want to confirm that you're sending to the right person to put in the last 4 digits.
Okay.
So.
Oh, there you go. So if you want to pay Chipp directly, just go right ahead and pay him directly. But thank you, Chipp, so much for being part of this show tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron.
You rock.
It's been a blast.
Oh, you guys have all been a blast. And that was the show tonight, the 1-year anniversary of This Just In News. Who thought that the pandemic would create such a show like this, right?
Mm.
It happens. It happens. Out of my tiny little head, it came out. So I want to thank our comedians tonight. Nick Carter, Liz Frisius, Nicki Fuchs, Sandy Bernstein, Luke Lynndale, and our headliner, Chipp Jones. Let's all give you guys a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And a big warm thank you for my co-producer, Anneliese Wright, for making this look so good on the food here.
Yeah.
And that was the show for tonight, guys. Like I said, I'm going to do the new schedule. It's going to be every other Saturday. So stay tuned on August 21st. There'll be 5 comedians coming up on that show, and we'll have a lot more fun. So for me and Anneliese and Vickie Plummer, who couldn't be here tonight, this has been an oddly funny production. Good night, everybody.
Hey.
Yay. Congrats.
Woo.
This has been an oddly funny production.